welcome to this first crocheting video on the English channel. This video is in Dutch on my Dutch channel, but I've got so many requests if I can make it in English. I did it. So you're gonna crochet an angel, this one, and I'm gonna show you in the video how to do that. What do you need? You need yarn and you need a needling hook. You need scissors and you need a needle, a little needle. Well, the video is a tutorial, so get ready and get started. Good luck! For this angel you need yarn. I've got cotton, just from a local cheap store, the Action. I've got a crocheting needle, size 3.5. The first step is you're gonna make a loop. I'm gonna make some room with my wool, so first you're gonna make a loop around the 2 fingers and make a slip stitch, the first one. Now you're gonna chain 10. So, and a chain means you go through, you pick the thread, you take the thread and pull it through. Pick up, pull through. That 10 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going back to your first chain and you're going to put it through. You're going to put your needle through. So you take a look at your first chain, put the needle through, you pick up the thread and you pull through. Then you get a kind of a round. The next steps are all with double crochets, and a double crochet is when you got the loop, the next thing we're gonna do is with double crochets, but your first double crochet is 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3. That's your first double crochet. You count it as 1 double crochet. Yes. Now you're gonna swing your thread around the needle. I call it pick it up, the thread, or you can call it yarn over or whatever you like. And then you go inside the loop, the ring, and you pick up the thread and you pull it through. Then you've got 3 loops on the needle. Then you're going to pick up the thread again and you're going to pull it through. Then you've got 2 loops left. Then you're going to pick it up again and you pull it through 2. You're going to repeat that another 18 times. So in the end you got 20 double crochets, and this one is the first, this one is the second. So again, yarn over, through the ring, to 2, to 2. That's 3. Yarn over, pull through, to 2, to 2. You see, I've got my first thread around here. So in the end, I don't have to hide it anymore. I just can cut it off because I already hid it. So again, the most important thing when you're making this angel is counting. So I'm going to show you. The ring is starting to get small, but I still need a lot of double crochets in the same ring. So I'm going to make room. I'm going to make them tight. You see? Got a lot of room left now. Well, that's the next. I'm going to count how many I have. I've got 1, that's the 3 chains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next one is number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Well, you see the loop is getting small again. I'm gonna make some room because I still have got 7 to put in there. Well, I've chained this starting line and I'm gonna pull it away now because it's long enough. So 13 it was. This one is 14. This one is 15. This one is 16. And I need to make some. So 16. Again, making some room. Number 17. Oh. Number 18. Number 19. Number 20. Before I close, I make a big loop and I'm gonna count again. It's to make sure I really got 20. It's very, very important you count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I did it. Well, now I'm gonna close again with a slip stitch. So I'm going to the third of my first 3 chains. So I'm going to count. That's 1. That is number 2. So in the top one there, I'm going to make my slip stitch. So I'm putting on my stitch. I'm going to put it through here. That's a little bit of a wriggle. Pick up the thread and pull through. Well, the next round is gonna be from 20 to 40. So what I need to do is to make 2 double crochets in each of the 20 crochets of the last round. For the first one, I'm gonna make 3 chains again. 1, 2, 3. And in that same stitch, you can see it here, I'm gonna make another double crochet. So I've got now 2 crochets in that first stitch. That's the first stitch and I've got 2 in them. That's what I'm gonna do in the next round. So in this one, there's gonna be 2 stitches. In this one, there are gonna be 2 stitches. In the next one, there are gonna be 2 stitches. Keep on counting, and if you got 40, you can close it again. Well, we're not there yet. Going on. One. Yep. I need to pick up the whole thread, not just a part of it. 2, Oop. One, two, one. Well, you get the picture now. I'll come back when I've got it all around. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and number 40. I started counting. I usually count those 40, so I'm sure I've got 40, but to make sure I'm going to count for again. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. I've got 40. Make sure you've got 40, otherwise it doesn't make it's not okay. Check if you've got 2 if you in every one. Well, I made sure I've got 40, then I can close it again. I'm going to the third of my first chain. 1, 2, 3. Putting through my needle. I'm picking up the thread and pull it through the loop. Now I'm gonna make, for of those 40, I'm gonna make 60. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And then in the next stitch, so not in this stitch, I'm gonna show you up close. Not in this stitch, but in this stitch, I'm gonna make 2. Going in. That's 1. And that's 2. In the next stitch, that's going to be 1 again. So in the next stitch, I make 1 crochet, double crochet. It's US thermometer. Oh, please. I need this one. Okay. Yeah. So 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. That's the pattern we're going to repeat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you did it okay, the last one is going to be a 2. This one. So if you did it okay, this last one is going to be a 2. So please make sure you check it. And again, when you get to the end, count till 60. Well, I'm going on. I just did 1. Now I'm yarn over, pull through, 2 loops, the 2 loops, and again in the same one. So I did 1, 2, 1, 2. So the next one is going to be 1. The next one is going to be 2. To make sure I'm putting in the right one. 1, 2. Then again 1. And 2. And 1. And 2. And that until the end. And I'll see you when I'm at the end. I'm getting there. Last one was 1, so now I need to do 2. So that is 1 and that is 2. And again 1. And then again 2. I've got 2 left, so that's 1. And that's the final one. I need to put 2 in there. So it's 1. And that is number 2. Before I close it, guess what? I've got to count. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit because it's getting too big to see it properly. Okay, I'm gonna count. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 8, 9, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. I've got 60. Now there's going to be a difficult round. It's okay if it's going up or a little bit. That's no problem. It's going to go up anyway. But first I have to close the round. So that's what I'm going to do. Needle back in. And I'm looking for the top of the third. 1, 2, 3. Put the needle through and pull through the loops. Okay, it's closed now. The next one is another one. I'm gonna make the next round. You're gonna make 3 chains again. 1, 2, 3. In the next one, you're gonna make 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then in the next one another double crochet, then you chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I need to zoom in a little bit, it's easier for you to see. Okay, then in the next one, so don't skip any, you make another one, another double crochet, another double crochet, and another double crochet. So you make pairs of 3, and in between pairs of 3, 1, 2, 3, and in between you make a loop of 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Next one's going to be 3 chains. I'm going to do this all round long. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going in the next one. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. And 3 double crochets. 1 in the next 3. 2. And that's number 3. And then guess what? A chain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll be back when I'm almost done. 1. It's a little bit. 1, 2, 3. And the next one, another double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. Then 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. and the last 3 double crochets in the remaining 3 stitches. 3, 3. And then don't forget, this is the most made mistake in this pattern. You make 1, 2, 3 chains before you close it to this one. Then don't you pull through, but make the loop big, because we have to count first. This loop, we're gonna count. 1, you have to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, this is your 20th hole. You have to have 20 holes. If you don't have 20 holes, you made a mistake somewhere. And I can't tell you where. You have to count. You have to recount everything. The next round is an easy one. On the first of the 3 double crochets, you make a single crochet, or it's you stitch through, pull up, get 2 loops on the hook, and you pull through. That's the first. Then you yarn over, go inside the hole, pick up the thread, and you make a double crochet. And you're gonna repeat that in every hole. In every hole there's gonna be 5 double crochets. So this is what's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. Then in the middle you're gonna make another single crochet. So through, pick it up, and do the 2 loops, and then again in the next hole 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, there's my yarn, 4, 5. In the middle of the, go through, pick up the thread, and make your single crochet. You see, you get a kind of a little wave. At the end of this round you've got 20 little waves. And the last 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then in the middle again 1 crochet, and then the last 5 double crochet in the last hole. 1, 2, 3, oh, lost it, 4, and 5. And then you have to close it, but before you close it you have to count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm done. I'm going for the middle crochet, but I'm going to put it not down there but a little bit above, because it's easier for us to close. Oh, no, I need to close it down there. I'm in the wrong section. Down there, and then it's up again. Okay, the next round is going to be the round where you're going to make the wings. The wings are when you fold it. When you fold it, you can already see what the wings are going to be like. These are the wings, and the body is going to be around here. It's going to be like that. Now we have to close it, so that's the next thing I'm going to show you. First you have to make a double crochet in each of the first 5 of the wave. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So we yarn over, we pull through to 2 hoops and to 2 hoops, and it doesn't matter that it's a little bit small. Then the second one, yarn over, pull through to 2 loops, to 2 loops, the third one, the fourth one, and the 5th one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to skip this stitch that's in the middle, that's this one, and we have to go to the 5 in the next wave. I'm counting from the back, that's easier, so you know for sure you have the right amount of stitches. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. It means I have to yarn over and pull through this one. And then again 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. Okay, the next step is you have to count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you go to the 9th wave. And then in the 9th wave you have to go to the first one. So this is the stitch from the crochet, the single crochet. So you have to skip this one and you have to go to this one. You bring over your needle and you stick it through. That's just for yourself to know where you need to be. Make it a little bit bigger so you know it's obvious this one is the hole you need. Then you pick up your needle, you yarn over, go through that hole you just made and make a double crochet. And now you can see it's coming together. And make this one pretty stiff. It needs to be fastened right. And then in the next 4 you make a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you skip this single crochet again and you go to the first double crochet and you make another double crochet in that one. That's 1, and then the next 4 a double crochet, 2, 3, 4, and in the last one, that's 5. You should have something like this. And we need to close it because it needs to get round again. And you're closing it at the top of the first double crochet you made in the first hole. That's the small one, so you have to count from the back. This one is the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, the 1st. In this one you're gonna stick your needle and you're just gonna pull through and through. It's a slip stitch. Now you've made a round and you're gonna make 1, 2, 3, a chain of 3. And in the same stitch you're gonna make another double crochet. In the next stitch you're gonna make a double crochet, and that's what you're gonna repeat for the whole round. So in every stitch you made, you're gonna make a double crochet. So you should end up with this with 20, so you should need to end up with 40. And if you want to make sure you have 20 here, you need to count them. I counted them while I was knitting, or while I was crocheting, so, but you should count them. And if you don't get this one right, all the other rounds are going to be false too. So this one is really important. You need to have 40. And 2. And 1. And 2. And what I always do is I check. I check if I've got at the point where you put them together, if you got 20. If you got 20, that part is okay. So 1, 2, 1, and 2. Well, I'm gonna count. I've got 20 in my first half. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So this half is okay. The next half should be 20 as well. I'm not going to stitch it in this one, but in this one. This is your first of your second half. So another double crochet and the second one in the same stitch, and I need to get some yarn. Then in the next one I really need yarn. It's getting too tight to crochet. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, next crochet, 1, 2, next one, and it's getting tighter, but it's going to be easier in the end. 1, 2, 1, 2, and the final 2, I guess. Yes, there's 2 left. 1, 2, and 1 and 2. Well, I should have 40 now. This was my half, you see? So this one goes with that 20. So this should be 20 again. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and I've got 20. So that's 40 as a total. Then I go to the top of my first 3. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and I close with a slip stitch. Well, to show you, you should have got something like this by now. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There you go. This one is really big. This is a really big angel. but it's because the yarn is very thick. I usually yarn with a 1.5 or 1.75 millimeter hook. Okay, the next step is a difficult one, so I'm gonna take my time to show it to you. Now I'm gonna start with the bottom of the skirt. First, you have to go to yarn over. You have 40 stitches. And we have to make 20 holes again. But this time we're going to do it different. You're going to yarn over, and in your first stitch you're going to make a double crochet. And don't bother that it's going to be a small one, that's how it's going to be. That's a double crochet. You make 3 single crochets, a first chain of 3, and then in the same hole you do a double crochet again. Then you get a kind of a loop. Okay, again you skip one, so this one is the crochet and this one you skip. You make a double crochet, a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the same hole another double crochet, and then you've got 2 loops. If you've done it correctly, at the end you will have 20 loops. So I'm going to show you again. Skip one, in the next one a double crochet, well you know how by now how they go, a chain of 3 and a double crochet. And I'll be back at the end of this round. Skip one, and then the next one a double crochet, 1, 2, 3 chains, and in the same you put another double crochet. Skip one double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then you put another double crochet in the same one. You skip one, and this is the last one. 1, 2, 3, and in the same hole another double crochet. And before we close it, we have to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you want to close it, it has to be closed right there. If you got 20, you can close it. You close it there. The next 3 rounds are the same. So I'm going to show you how you make the next 3 rounds. You make a double crochet in the loop, and then another double crochet in the loop. Oh, I need to pick up the whole thread. It's a little bit difficult yarn, it's splitting. I don't like it, but I had it. Then you make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and in the same hole you make another 2, 1, and the second double crochet. And then you go to the next loop. You skip this part and you go to the next loop and you put in 2 double crochets. That's 1, that's number 2, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and another double crochet and a double crochet. So the next 3 rounds contain double crochet, 3 chains, double crochet in every hole. 1 round, then I'll be back. And then the last 2 holes left, so double crochet, 3 loops, 3 chains, and again 2 double crochets in the same hole, And then on to our last of this round. And again, no double crochet, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then we go into the hole again and make 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet and the second. Now we have to close it. If we close it too low, there's gonna be a gap. If I close it here, then there will be a gap. So I have to close it a little bit higher, so I pick out the last loop. I can't close it here, so I have to show you again. I'll show you better. Can't close it here, the loop gets too close. You can see it gets too low. So I'll close it in this one, but I pick the last and then I make a slip knot. Slip stitch. What I have to do to through and then pick all the threads. So, and then again I go to the first loop and I start all over again with 2 double crochets, 3 chains, 2 double crochets in every loop. And at the end I'll see you again. And the round is almost finished. 1, 1, 2, 3 chains, 1 double crochet and the second double crochet, and then to the last loop 1 double crochet and the second double crochet, 1 chain, 2 chains, 3 chains, and then the yarn is splitting all over. The smaller the ball gets, the bigger the splitting gets. And then for finishing this round we go again to this stitch, put it through and make a slip stitch to the both of them. When you have finished it, you can also put something in between here. I don't mind, there's a little gap, it's just okay, but I see I made a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake, but this one is very loose, so I'm going to put it to the 2 loops, so it's a little bit tighter. So you see it's much better. And then the third and final round of this part, again the same as the last 2. 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So the last round you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops by now. So if you finish the third round of 2, 3, 2, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. If you don't have 4 holes, you've forgotten some round, or you're not in round 3 yet, but round 3 you have 4 loops. I'll be back when I've got 1 or 2 left. Two, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet and another double crochet, and then we move over to the next one. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. My yarn was stuck. 1, 2, 3. Go in there, 1, and there is 2, and to the last one. You know, you can count. This one has 3, 1, 2, 3 loops, so it means this one needs another round. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you know for sure this is the last one. I am a fast crocheter, and this took me about 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3, such a round. Then we go in here. Then we have to close it again. We go to the same stitch, but this time I go into the hole and close it, because the next thing we're going to do is make one single crochet. We make it in the middle, and this is the middle as where we are now, so I make one in the same loop, pick up the thread and put it there. In every loop there are going to be 6 double crochets, and this is going to be another kind of wave-like thing. It's the finishing of the skirt. 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the middle of those two and those two you're going to make a single crochet. So you again, the thread is under my seat. It's getting stuck every time. Okay, 6 double crochets in the hole. 1, 2, and I'll hold on my pen my needle in different. 3, 4, 5, 6. This between this one, these two, this one and this one, there's going to be a single crochet, and then we repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You look for the middle, you go in and you make a single crochet. Well, you have to pick up that's a part of it. Repeat all around. As you can see, it's turning bigger. After this round we only have to make the head. And the last 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets in the hole, look for the middle, and 1 single crochet. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And we have to close in the middle again and make a slip stitch, and then you have to end it. Make a loop, cut it off and pull it through, and then you can hide it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. For finishing this angel you need scissors and a big needle. Some people call it a yarning needle, or a crocheting needle. Well, I cut it off And now I want this end to close to here. So I'm going to put the needle in there. And I chose a one with a big hole so it doesn't split any further. I'm going to zoom in. I want this one to close here. So I'm going to put my needle through there so it closes nicely. And then you can close it any further. If you want, you can close it from this side to that side also, but I don't think that's necessary. So I pick up some threads and I stitch it backwards. And I got it. You don't have to turn this around, it's okay like it is. You only need to flatten it out. And I still have to cut this one. You know I already hit that one, so. Flatten it out. And your angel. Your angel is done. Well, almost. It doesn't have a head. It doesn't need a head, but it looks nicer with a head. So I'm going to show you how I make a head and how I take care of it, that it's coming in the right place and how to make it a tight fit. Well, we're starting with a new thread and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're starting with a magic loop. That's around 2 fingers. Twice, and you make sure that the first thread is before the second loop. Hold them close with your thumb. You go underneath the first one and you pick up the second one. That's going to be a big loop now, you see? Then you can release your fingers and you're going to keep the loop. Make the loop a little bit smaller so it looks actually like a stitch. Then you make 1, 2. That doesn't count as a stitch, it's just a stitch. Then you make 5. And don't forget to go under both of the threads. 1, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, 4 single crochets. Then you pull on the loose end and you pull them together. That's going to be a little round and you close it with, I'll have to make it a little bit wider first, with that first one. You see? I'll put it a little bit closer. See, I go to the first one, I go through, I pick up my thread and I make a slip stitch. That it is actually really hard. Then you're gonna make in every whole loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're gonna make 2 single crochets. It's hard, but it fits. But you can't do it too loose because you need room. So 1, 2 to the next stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the final one. 1, 2. You don't have to close it now, it's going to go spiraling up. But in the next stitch I make another 2. And I repeat that until I think it's big enough. I don't know how many stitches I have by then, but I'll do that until I think it's big enough. And most of the time I need to fit it, because if you make a small head with small thread, sometimes you only need 20 stitches, but this one is bigger, so we need more. And you see I'm changing to every other one. Well, I'm gonna take a look now, and I think that's the perfect size. So from now on I'm not going to make it any bigger, and I'm gonna repeat the stitches around until I have about an inch or 2.5 centimeters, 3 centimeters. I need a little bit more room. And when you are doing this with a 1.5 needle, it's a little bit more difficult than with a 3.5 millimeter needle, I can tell you. Well, this one is nicely going up. You need to fill this head with some stuffing, and I don't know what you've got at home, but some pillow stuffing is doing quite nicely, or otherwise some cotton wool, or anything you've got left. You only need a little bit. You see it's going up nicely, and it's just about the right size. Still need to go a little bit higher. And I do this by feeling, not by measurement or by counting stitches. It's just a feeling. I think, well, this one is right for this angel. That makes every angel has a different head, and that makes them personal and makes them my angels, instead of everyone has the same angel. Well, I'm about an inch up now, and I'm going to close it again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick my filling and I'm gonna stuff it first, and then I'm gonna spiral up again. But I'm going to skip one, then crochet 2, skip 1, crochet 2, skip 1, crochet 2 until the end, until you've got one left. But I got to get my filling. Well, I've got my filling here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller before I put anything in, otherwise I'll lose it. So I skip 1 and I crochet the next 2. 1, 2, skip 1 and crochet the next 2, skip 1 and crochet the next 2. Well, that was my first round. Now I'm going to fill it, and you can see it's going to turn into a nice head. Not too big, not too small. I've got filling. It's a cushion filling. It's from make a little bundle of it and you put it inside. And you need to make it tight. So well, like this. And then we go on. So we skip one and we crochet 2, we skip 1, crochet 2, oh, I'm gonna show you. Skip 1 and crochet 2, skip 1, crochet 2, skip 1, crochet 2, and then skip 1, crochet 2, and make sure they're tight, otherwise you get holes in your angel head. And then skip 1 and chain 2, and then we've got 1 chain left. And oh well, I should show you that I'm going to close it now. So I chained this one and I have to skip this one, and I'm going to this one, the next one, and I'm going to close it now. So that's not very difficult. You pull it through the 2 loops. Now it's closed, and you have to shape it a little bit. And this one is the bottom, this is the top. Okay, leave. I don't know if you saw that right. I've closed it. Just the last stitch together, slip stitch, and leave a long thread, you need it. So I've got a long thread, I'm going to pull it through. It's closed now, and then I'm going to finish first this top. That's quite easy. You put it in, put the needle through to the other side, yarn through the needle, and you pull it through. And you pull it tight, cut it off, and it's disappeared. And we've got an angel head. Then at the end you put the yarn through the needle, and we're going to our angel. Well, this now it's going to be a little bit different. Difficult. I've got to show you. Make a little bit of a zoom. You open the wing and you turn it inside out, because you're going to get it tight around here. You put your head needle through, and your head is coming along. You make sure the head is in the right position. Well, you can see it's in the right position here. And then you're going to stitch it. This is your yarn. You take 2 at a time, and you know there are 20, so you know what to do. There's 2. You go back to the center. Then you take another 2. Go back to the center. Go to the next 2. And then you repeat until you are all the way around. And you can take 3 if you want, or 4. But make sure it's tight. Because it's the back, you can't see anything of it. Well, I'm almost around. Back to the middle. 2 more stitches, then I'm done. And then you have crocheted an angel. I hope you liked it. I'm going to finish off with a little slip stitch. So I make a loop, and I put my needle through the loop and then I finish it. And I'm gonna repeat that twice. On the same spot, so it's tight. So, cut it off. Turn your head inside out. You have to shape it a little bit. Then your angel is finished. You did it. Easy, wasn't it? Well, that was crocheting an angel. It wasn't too difficult, I hope. I would love to see your results. You can mail your photos to vraag@suus@gmail.com. I'll show the address in the link down below. I hope you liked it. Please share this video with other people who like to crochet. And I hope to see you soon in the next vlog. Bye!